Budget life hacks for construction and renovation. Imagine a situation when you walk into a completely empty apartment with bare concrete walls and realize that your budget is melting before your eyes, even before the start of the most active work. This oppressive feeling is familiar to everyone who has at least once faced the need to transform their living space without huge capital investments in a bank account. Today, we will reveal the real secrets of how to make your home look like a stylish picture from the most expensive interior magazine using only natural ingenuity and time-tested practical techniques. We have a long and exciting journey ahead into the world of smart savings, where every ruble spent will work for your comfort and aesthetic pleasure. We begin our detailed breakdown of the most effective strategies that will allow you to complete your dream renovation and at the same time not be left with empty pockets. Many people mistakenly believe that truly high-quality and stylish renovation necessarily requires having millions in reserve. However, the modern world of design dictates completely different rules, where creativity and knowledge of materials are valued much higher than blindly following expensive brands. Real mastery consists in seeing the potential in simple things and being able to combine cheap solutions with targeted, expensive accents. We live in an era when minimalism and industrial style have become signs of good taste, and these directions are ideally suited for the implementation of budget ideas. It's important to understand that saving should not mean a loss of quality or the safety of your home. Our task consists in finding that golden mean where the price of materials remains low and the visual result exceeds all, even the boldest expectations. The first and most important stage of any successful budget transformation lies in the most detailed planning of your every step. You must become your own architect and designer so as not to spend extra funds on the services of third-party specialists who often impose standard and expensive solutions. Use free computer programs and mobile applications to create accurate drawings and visual collages of your future interior. Careful measurement of every inch of space will help you avoid buying extra materials that then gather dust on the balcony for years. Remember that it is precisely at the planning stage that most mistakes are made, which in the future lead to unforeseen and very substantial expenses. Compile a detailed list of everything necessary, from large bags of mixture to the smallest self-tapping screw, and strictly adhere to this list in the store. When it comes to the purchase of construction materials, it's worth paying close attention to the sections with leftover goods in large chain hypermarkets.
Very often you can find magnificent tiles from past collections or high-quality laminate, of which there is exactly as much left as needed for your small hallway or cozy dressing room. Discounts on such positions can reach 70 or even 80% of the original cost, which is simply a colossal saving for your wallet. Do not be afraid to combine different types of tiles, creating unique patterns in the patchwork style, which is now at the very peak of interior fashion. It is also worth looking at popular free classified sites where people often give away for a pittance or even for free surplus materials after the completion of their own large-scale construction projects. Sometimes you can even encounter elite finishing materials there that simply did not fit in color or size for their previous owners. Walls are the largest element of the interior in terms of area, and the overall perception of your entire apartment depends precisely on their design. Instead of buying expensive non-woven wallpaper with intricate patterns, give your preference to ordinary, high-quality water-based paint. White color or soft gray shades not only cost less, but also visually expand the space, filling it with air and pleasant light. If you want to add texture, pay attention to ordinary finishing putty, which can be applied with decorative strokes, creating the effect of expensive concrete or antique stone. After drying, such a surface can be covered with wax or matte varnish, and it will look incredibly stylish and modern. Another excellent technique is the use of an accent wall, which can be highlighted with a brighter color or even paneled with ordinary wooden slats from the construction department. Lighting plays a key role in creating a cozy atmosphere, but designer lamps often cost simply fabulous amounts of money. You can easily bypass this problem by buying the simplest and most basic models of lighting fixtures and independently modifying them. An ordinary paper or plastic lampshade can be painted in an unusual color or covered with beautiful fabric, turning it into a real art object. Also, do not forget about the power of LED strips, which cost mere pennies but with correct placement create the effect of floating ceilings or illuminated niches. Use several light sources at different levels to have the opportunity to change lighting scenarios depending on your current mood or time of day. A correctly directed beam of light can hide small flaws of budget finishing and emphasize the advantages of your new furniture. The kitchen and bathroom are traditionally considered the most expensive zones for carrying out renovation, but here too there's room for reasonable economy. If your kitchen cabinets are still strong but look morally outdated, simply replace the old fronts with new ones or paint them with special enamel.
Replacing hardware with more modern and stylish options can instantly transform the appearance of the entire set, making it visually several times more expensive. In the bathroom, instead of a complete replacement of tiles, try updating the grout in the joints or painting the old tile with specialized epoxy paint. This will allow you to completely change the color scheme of the room without dusty dismantling work and huge costs for the services of a professional tiler. Even an old cast-iron bathtub can be restored with the help of liquid acrylic, and it will serve you for many more years, shining with pristine whiteness. Furniture is that item of expenditure on which you can save the most if you show a little creative approach and patience. Pay attention to the market for used items, where furniture items made of natural wood are often sold for very modest sums. An old grandmother's chest of drawers or a massive dining table, after careful sanding and coating with modern wood oil, can become the main decorations of your home. Do not be afraid to mix different styles, because it is precisely such eclectic interiors that look most alive and filled with the individuality of their owner. Upholstered furniture can be updated by ordering professional dry cleaning or by independently sewing stylish covers from thick interior fabric. Remember that a high-quality furniture base is much more important than its current appearance, which can always be changed to fit your personal preferences. Small details and accessories are the finishing touches that make the space truly homey and cozy. Instead of buying expensive decor in specialized stores, try to create it with your own hands from natural materials. A beautiful branch found in the forest and cleaned of bark can become an original curtain rod or a hanger in the hallway. Ordinary glass jars and bottles of an interesting shape easily turn into stylish vases if they are painted from the inside or outside with matte paint. Textiles also play a huge role, so choose natural fabrics, such as linen or cotton, which always look noble and expensive. Even the cheapest pillows and throws can transform your sofa if they're selected in a harmonious color scheme and have a texture that is pleasant to the touch. It is important to remember that DIY renovation requires time and patience, but the result will please you much more than the work of hired craftsmen. Study educational videos on the internet, communicate with like-minded people on forums, and do not be afraid to try something new for yourself. Every successfully painted wall or independently assembled shelf will give you a sense of pride and confidence in your own strength. Saving on construction is not about restrictions and deprivation, but about the opportunity to show your talents and create a unique space that fully reflects your character.